One, two, three. Okay, I think we have sound. We have the live stream up. It's definitely running on the green. So if something is wrong, please let me know. Otherwise, welcome everybody to the live stream. I hope you're having a nice weekend. It's last day of the weekend, but still a lot of time to enjoy some free time. So I hope you are in a good mood and ready for some action. We will be flying today a normal A to B flight on the new Toliss A320 CEO. This time we're gonna pay a lot more attention on the IAE engines. Yesterday's stream was more specific to the CFM, although we still checked out the IAE ones. But today is full-blown IAE, and we're flying Spirit, the banana plane, or whatever it's called. Very nice paint, to be honest. And I found this flight actually on Flight Radar, and it is exactly with this type of airplane. Probably a different registration, because I think no, actually this registration is from a 320 CEO, but still, they actually still fly this aircraft right now. And if you guys remember from yesterday, I told you that we will be configuring this airplane to be as old as possible. So yeah, the flight is going to be from Atlanta, where we are right now on stand Charlie 5, and we're going to be going down to Orlando in Florida. The weather so far seems to be pretty good, which is a little bit disappointing, to be fair. I was expecting it to be slightly more stormy, but I don't know. The flight time is going to be 1 hour. Still, a lot of stuff can be changed. So we have real time, real weather, real everything, a real aircraft, and we're going to have some fun. Now, before we continue onwards, I'd like to tell a couple of things. Because I received a lot of comments and a lot of different opinions from the live stream I made yesterday, and from the pictures I posted on Discord, sorry, not Discord, Reddit and Facebook. And I see a lot of people disappointed with the airplane. A lot of people requesting the EIS-1, the engine or electronic instrument system 1, which was before this one, because this is the number 2. And also a lot of people disappointed regarding the wings texturing, the engine texturing, all that stuff, saying that the developers are lazy and they just copy-pasted everything. And well, I can certainly understand that the texturing is in fact not amazing for this type of price, because we do have other stuff in comparison, like Flight Factor 777 and other stuff as well. But we need to understand something. First, this is Tolis, so everybody already knows what Tolis pays attention to, okay? And I can compare this. For instance, I can compare this to the X-Crafts, to the Embraer, which looks really cool. It's amazingly modeled. The sounds are nice. Everything is nice, but the systems do lack a lot, like a lot. And I think most of the people doesn't understand really how much they lack, because the Embraer is not a very popular airplane, while the Airbus is, and the Airbus has a lot of videos, a lot of content, a lot of information regarding systems and what's right, what's not available online, so people can really see what's what relatively quickly. On the Embraer, not so. And so I even got a comment saying that, yeah, I can fly the X-Crafts and it has fantastic textures, and I said, like, yes, but the systems are not there. So that's the first thing, that you guys need to understand that Tolis does Tolis stuff, and when they do it relatively good. In fact, regarding systems, very good. Of course, there are some differences, but there's a million variants of A320s that can differ. So, I don't know. And then, regarding the electronic instrument system, so the CRT displays, all that stuff. Oh well, it's just putting the screens and making the new animations. In fact, it's not. I decided to search a little bit on the matter, and I think it's really important to mention this, because I feel like if you don't want to get this airplane, fine, don't do it. But doing the electronic instrument system 1 is not simply changing the objects of the screens and changing the cockpit textures. It's a lot more than that. In fact, if you search about it online, there are a few articles regarding it. And first of all, you would have to change some of the fonts. You would have to change the way that things are displayed. So let's say the simple thing as the you know, that little drawing of the flaps and the slats mechanism, that's different. The fuel stuff is different. A lot of the ECAM pages are different. So the principle is all the same. However, the way it is displayed is quite different. And you might say, well, it's just about making a different font. It's just about making a different ECAM page. Yeah, I say, sure, okay. But then, you know what? The sequencing of some of the warnings, the sequencing of some of the stuff that is displayed on the ECAMs, of some of the logic, the line stuff, the way that the ECAM works is also different. In fact, it is so different that it looks like airline pilots had to have additional training just so they actually get ready and understand the differences between the two. So that's another thing. So it's not as simple as that, because now you're talking about an Airbus which has, I don't know, hundreds of ECAM lines, different types of failures, all of that, and all of a sudden now you want that incorporated. And let's say Toliss would do that. They would just simply do the animations, the pages, and they would copy paste all of the stuff. You know what will happen the next day? Some airline captain probably would look at that and say, well, that's not exactly true, because on the IAE, on the Electronic Instrument System 1, this sequencing should be different because this, and that. And you know what? He would be right, completely right. And now what would happen is that everybody would start blaming again the developer that, hey, they are lazy because they didn't incorporate it properly. So, again, like, guys, what do you really want? Okay? And there's more, to be fair. There's more stuff, which I am probably forgetting right now, which is like, okay, the wings, the wing tips and all that stuff is just copy-paste from the 319 and the engines. Well, like they are on the real airplane. Okay? But that doesn't mean that the plane is going to fly exactly like the 319. I don't know, I'm not a developer, but I imagine it's quite complicated to fine-tune and explain all the fuel parameters, fly-by-wire values, flight computer stuff. All that thing has to be properly calibrated to be actually as a 320. So I don't think that's just a simple copy-paste. So there's a lot of work that goes into that. And finally, what I would like to say is that everybody is requesting the Electronic Instrument System 1, again, coming back to that. You know how long that has not been a thing from Airbus? To be fair, I was impressed. But Airbus introduced the newer cockpit, which is shown right here, in 2002. Think a little bit, 2002, that's 23 years ago. 23 years ago that was introduced. So it is already out there for a very, very long time. You need to remember that the Airbus itself is an airplane from the 80s. And maybe at this point of time you'd probably even want to request like the very first Airbus that didn't have wingtip fences, nor sharkless, no nothing. It was just a straight wing, like the old 737s. Maybe you do that. So, I don't know, guys. I think sometimes you need to chill a little bit, enjoy aviation and simming as it is. Understand that it is not as simple as it looks to do something in the flight simulator. And we should be very happy that we have something like this. Now, this is not to say that we should ignore and should never request stuff to be better. No. For example, should we request better textures, better engine textures? Yeah, I agree on that, in fact. I mean, I'm gonna do the engine card mod as soon as I can when it becomes available. The KOSP sound pack, as soon as it becomes available for this airplane, again, yeah, I'll jump into it, of course. Would it be nice if Toliss had this quality from their stock airplanes? Absolutely. Should we request that? Sure. Should we trash the developers? I don't think so. Like, I honestly don't think so. Also, there will be a Black Friday sale, and I think that this update and all other Toliss airplanes will be on the discount as well. So if you don't want to pay full price, just wait it out a little bit, and it's going to be worth it. So, I mean, this is kind of like rant over, but I think it's really, really important to mention this because I feel like most of the people do not understand, and they simply talk because, hey, this is not realistic, hey, this is not done, hey, this is not that, but they actually don't really understand the full picture. And so I decided to share the full picture, at least my point of understanding. So, yes. Anyways, rant is over. I mean, this is not exactly a rant, it's more like I'm disappointed in the negativity of so many people. Like, everybody complained about the flight factor 320 and now they got a nice 320 CEO and everybody's complaining again. Like, guys, when are you gonna be happy? It's not gonna be like a real A320. And then you know what's gonna happen? Some captain is gonna tell that the Phoenix is the best, then another captain is gonna tell that the Tolis is the best. Then you're going to have a third captain that's going to say the FS Labs is best in P3D, and you guys all suck because you don't feel anything. And then somebody else is going to say, shut up, because it's never going to be as the real plane, so just chill, everybody. Just use it as a training tool, and that's going to be it. And most of you aren't even going to use this as a training tool, so why bother? So, all right. All right. Now, chat. LPCP plane spotting. Welcome, Tazzy. Hello. Good to see you here. Man, very nice flight you did yesterday. Very well done. I felt your sleepiness there at the end in Heathrow, but very, very well done on that approach. So really cool. Mic changed, or is someone like me sleep deprived? No, I'm totally fine. I think maybe I just changed something in the mic. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah. Sarah, hey, welcome. Glad to see you here. Golden Age, what's up, dude? Sync Crash Flyer 297. Great to see you guys here. Sync Crash Flyer 297, A320 CEO is on my list. I need no visuals, I need the systems for it. That's what I'm thinking about it. And just, I mean, this cockpit has been out for 23 years. 23 years ago, I was 3 years old. It is very, very old already. So, it is what it is. Tazzy, I'd love Tolis to understand image compression and upgrade the display quality. It's really bad when zoomed out. I agree on that, but that is not exactly the Tolis problem. I feel like that's an explained limitation. I've heard something about it because if you pop out the screens in the Tolis, you will see that the quality of the picture is actually better. So yeah, Cooler, do we think KOSP will update for this? I thought it was moving from add-ons. I don't know. I hope so. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I really hope that he will do that. Tazzy will not mention me taxing at Heathrow. We bury that. Oh, I missed that part. You know, I just came in when you were doing the replay the last time, so I checked your replay and I checked a bit of your approach, and that was really nice. So I missed completely the taxing. Sorry. And Ekaterina, привет. Hello everyone. 23 is not that old. Well, for me it is. I mean, I'm not calling it old. I'm just saying that it is a lot of time, and I think most of the people who are requesting that simply don't know about it. So that's why I brought it out. Anyways, let's go into the airplane. Do a little bit of a pre-flight. It's cold and dark, brakes are set, spoilers, flaps are up, engines off, the weather radar is off. Oh, by the way, this button here is actually spring-loaded to the auto position, so it is actually correct. I need to read a bit more on the documentation of that stuff. The gear is down, the wipers are both off, and we've got the batteries above 25.5, so we're going to start with the batteries. External power on. Going to do this, this, and this. And wait until it powers up. And while that, I believe this is the button to load hub, which I'm going to use. This is an amazing plugin that allows you to load your airplane according to the SimBrief stuff, which we're going to do just now. So I'm going to get from SimBrief 107 passengers, but before that, we need to put the aircraft age and engine age to old. Done. Save config, set. Okay, now, Let's open our operational flight plan, have a bit of a read through. So we are expecting a cruise flight level of 370. Our call sign today is going to be Spirit Wings 2248. I believe it's Spirit Wings. And we are flying from Atlanta to Orlando via this departure to Wallet, then to JX, whatever this is, and then to Grinch 5 arrival into 36 right as expected. Fuel expected 5,926 kilos. Here requested fuel 5,950. That sounds good to me. It gives us a 2 hour and 17 of planned block. Flight time again is gonna be 1 hour and 4, so it gives roughly about 1 hour and something of extra time to play. Zero fuel weight is 59.8 roughly, so it should be around there. 170 passengers. Let me actually check if that's correct. Here we should have the passenger number 166, so it does change a little bit the weight, but the weight should be correct. And that should be more or less it. Very quickly, I want to go down to the weather stuff. Just checking here. So our departure, Jackson, wind is 120 we're expecting runway 09 left, which is the closest one to us to depart. Good visibility, few clouds at 25,000 feet. Wow, okay. And temperature 24, QNH 3016. Let's set that up already. 3016. Now, you guys are going to pardon me. I know this is an American plane right now because it's Spirit, but we're going to use kilos because I'm just used to it, and I'm afraid my fuel calculation with pounds, I mean, I can always convert. It's very simple, but it's simply easier to do so. Alright, so Atlanta is looking amazing. Orlando, I would hope that something would happen there, but so far, good visibility, wind is not that bad. Fuel at 3,000, scattered 25,000 again. Temperature 28, that is all good, and we do have some forecast here, nothing significant again. So from 18 UTC, that is going to be in 3 hours. We could have some gusts, but no thunderstorms. It looks like windy light to me. That's unfortunate. Alternate is Tampa, is looking amazing as well. And let's just see a little bit of a NOTAMs here. So we have a couple of taxiway Romeo unserviceable, Juliet as well, runway 1028, centerline markings obscured, 09 right, 27 left, markings obscured, and 2, okay. So a couple of taxiway stuff, runway. High intensity unserviceable, that's fine, that's fine, doesn't really matter to us. 26 doesn't matter, 26 doesn't matter, all of this stuff doesn't matter. We're gonna go for runway 09 left. And if something goes wrong, we're gonna return to 09 left as well. Alright, this is all good. Where is Orlando? A bunch of taxi stuff. Do you have anything regarding runways? For our 36 left, I think. Runway end, ID lights and serviceable, that's fine. But we wanted the 36 right, if I'm not mistaken, so that's all good. Unless runway 18 right and serviceable, okay. Tampa is all fine, so NOTAMs are checked. We did check the NOTAMs this time. Let's analyze the route. This is how it looks. Wind at front level 300, so a little bit of a headwind, mostly crosswind component. 340, we're gonna go 370, a bit more wind here. And 390, even more wind, that sounds good. Terrain is not going to be a problem. And no significant weather, like, at all. Some occasional sea breeze there, but on our route it is calm. Super calm indeed. Alright, VATSIM radar is going to be on. Before I forget, let's pre-file the flight plan already. And let's see. Alright. Tazzy. True, good argument. The Zibo has that same issue. Made a point of it in the first day I downloaded the sim after you brought me in. Sorry, I missed what point that was. So if you can please enlighten me. Minus 85, that was very good. took off from Atlanta. Oh, interesting. So we're almost in the same departure spot. Alright, that looks good, 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 good. Also, I'm using the default, that's the flight plan probably. Yeah. The default A320 profile, so we'll be looking how that compares with the Toliss as well. And that's nice. Cooler. Engines are now in the decrepit old age of 23. Yeah. Tazzy, how it feels coming from last century, Vlad? Not too bad, I think. I mean, it's fine. Okay, I've submitted that already. Let's just move the map into Florida so we can have an idea of what's what. So far nothing is on. Alright, that's good. So we can go into the plane and start actually fiddling with the box. Okay. Cooler, a recent Spirit flight almost interfered with Air Force One space. Will we also be trying to buzz Donald Trump? Oh, we can definitely try doing that. We can definitely try doing that. Okay, so now I did that, so we're gonna start the refueling. I could have adjusted the fuel there, but I could trust the weather's been good, so I don't expect anything significant. I think I removed the air stair, yeah. So I can start the boarding fast. 12 minutes, fantastic. We're gonna leave that window there. Actually, I can just remove that. And let's start the overhead flow. So cruise supply on, ground control on. The CVR test I know has to be done in a slightly different way, but we're just gonna go through it very quickly. I just want to see the on-bat light extinguish. Strobes auto, I want this light off. This is on auto. Very important to verify this. Light is off. This is all good. Verify the APU. Fire test as the first officer, and then captain verifies the engines. Very nice. So this is all blacked out, and maintenance panel is blacked out. Very good. Constraint mode, plan mode, range 40, lights off. 3016 here. 3016 are close to there. That is all checked. That is all checked. That is checked. That's checked. This is going to go to transponding, and I believe we should have a squawk code, and we do indeed, 4151. That's in the box and is done. Now I want these lights off, this light off, this light off, and dome light off. Very good. Okay, off to the box. Let's see.
Refueling complete.
Tezzy, the Zebo point was about explain compressing screens badly in the sim. Ah, okay, I see. Oh, we did the refueling already. Good. Seatbelt signs on, fuel pumps on, and also so on yesterday's stream, I think I should mention this, we had a couple of sound problems. I sent an email to Tolis, and they said that they have sound, so it is possible that the problem is on my end. So let me just confirm that I do not have any weird sound switched off here, so just to make sure that everything is maxed out here. The menus are all good as well, so I'm going to save these settings. And let's continue the box. Nav database is active, correct engine, everything is good. Init page, off we start. So we are in Atlanta. To Kilo Mike Charlie Oscar. We are NKS 2248. Our alternate is Kilo Tango Papa Alpha. Cost index is 7. Interesting. And our cruise level is 370 with a temperature of minus 53. So that's set. We're going to align the IRS. Go to the init page, and actually speaking of that, I might wait on that. So I'm going to just set the fuel 5.9. Block fuel is set, that's good, and the zero fuel weight, we're going to wait on that because we should receive it via the CPDLC, aka. Alright, departing. Oh, wrong button. Departure runway 09 left via the... I don't know how to pronounce this. This one. Does this have a name? Let me check on the charts. Smilts, whatever. And we're gonna depart via wallet. So insert that. Very good. That is inserted. And it is looking all correct. Let me just check the departure points. Yes, it is correct. Very good. Alright, from wallet, we jump into, oh boy, Zulu, Juliet, Alpha, ZJX. Jesus. That's set, and then we arrive via the Grange 5. So arrival, it's gonna be ILS 36 right via the Grange 5 from. Do we have a point here? No. Stand by. Check that. We do have a couple of waypoints here. James. Oh, weird, we don't have the other one. Alright, no via maybe? No, here it is. Alright, good. Set. Let's confirm that everything is looking right. It is, the constraints are correct. And we should have a nice vector to the ILS. Brilliant. Alright, that's set. Initial climb. Do we have an initial climb here? Top altitude 10,000. Initial climb, yeah, it's gonna be 10,000, so 10,000 is set. Maintain 10,000, expect clearance to followed altitude 10 minutes after departure. Seems good to me. 250 knots speed limit, that's all good. Alright. Let me see, we have 7 minutes until we finish the loading. So red nav's nothing too hard tuned for now. Proc page, we're gonna put Atlanta. Runway 09 left. It's the longest one here. So if something goes wrong, we come back. This page for now is gonna be blank, but I'll probably use flaps 1 anyways. And I'm gonna go here. Actually, one thing I forgot to do is to remove the flight plan discontinuity here on the alternate so that we have a very approximate fuel prediction. Then I'm gonna come to copy secondary. From wallet, I'm gonna insert Atlanta again as a new destination, and I'm gonna load up the ILS 09 left. No star, no via. Actually, I might set a via. I might set a via. It could be Ryan, so that we have a nice and long final just in case we need it. And this way, if something goes wrong, we need to come back. We can do it very quickly. And because we have time, why not? I'm gonna even set up the weather here. And I'm looking at the wrong weather. Stand by. Okay, so wind is 140 at 8. And then we've got temperature of 26. QNH 3017, interesting. So did it change already or not? .3016 still okay. METAR says 3017. We'll see if it updates or not. We're gonna go flaps full, at least it's planned for now, or config 3, we'll see how it goes, but for now we're gonna leave full. And the minimus for the ILS is 1359. Perfect. That's all done. All completed. 5 minutes to go. Gonna wait out on the speed. That is all done. Wait on the APU and then we can start the briefing. Very good. Cooler. Turn the seatbelt sign off. This is Spirit. Seatbelts are a premium upgrade. Oh. Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps I should. Also, I reinstalled the sounds in the plane, so maybe it will be possible to see if the APU sound is there, because it should be there. I mean, I trust them, so. Cooler, I've heard stories, but I've flown Frontier. Is Frontier bad as well? Crash Flight 297 on Spirit, you have to pay even for bleed air. Oh boy. Short break, I get to eat my steak, not Spirit Lounge. Crash Flight 297. Steak sounds, what's the word I'm looking for? Fancy. Quite fancy. But that's cool. That is really cool. Now I'm gonna be looking a little bit through our taxi route. Possibly straight ahead, Lima 6, then all the way Mike and Lima, or then Lima all the way down. Yeah, just go to Lima. All the way down to Lima holding point. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, IRS is gonna be aligned in 1 minute. 3 minutes till boarding is complete. Probably close the door later. Not yet. Very nice. I feel like that the cockpit sound though is... Oh yeah, it's better now. This one is better. It's just the engine volume that was loud, right? Yeah, this one is better, definitely. Cooler, Spirit Lounge in France, we call that the airport McDonald's. Really? Wow. Oh boy. I don't really know how bad or how whatever is the airline. I kind of just go for type of airplanes. Alright, IRS. We've got the IRSs. Very nice. We can check already that the ADIRs are on nav. Yes, they are. And before we finish that, I want to see, do I have the random faults on? Yes, I do. Perfect. Just waiting on the passengers now. So let's maybe do the before or the cockpit preparation checklist. So gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 5,960 and it is balanced. Seatbelts are on, ADIRs are on nav, which is checked it, and Barrow 3016 is set on all 3 sides and reading the same. Cockpit preparation checklist is complete. And actually, now that we spoke about that, let me just check here the oil stuff.
Passenger completed.
Very nice. So stand by with that. Simbrief flight plan departure from... What? Okay. Weird. But the fuel was right. Interesting. Well, we should receive the weight in a minute. So just check that this is fine, this is fine, this is all fine as well. We've got hydraulics, that's checked. Temps are decent, we've got oxygen, wheels are good, that is checked, and recall is normal. We should get the message with the 0 fuel weight, right? We should get it. Now we got an ACARS message. Okay, 370, squawk 4151. Oh, okay, we got Atlanta Tower. While the transition maintain 10,000, expect 370 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency offline. Contact south end of ramp, Tower 119.1. That is set, and this way I'll set already intercom. Should have scrolled the other way around, be quicker. Oh boy, after the derames of the 330 Neo, I want that on every airplane. Okay, are we gonna receive the... Doesn't look like we're gonna be receiving the weight report, which is unfortunate. I know why, oh no, I know why. I did not set the Hoppy CPDLC. Oh boy, that's my mistake. Stand by. This is what happens when you change aircrafts and installations and so on. I did not put my Hoppy logon code. So I'm gonna have to hide this, because I believe that shows the account. CPDLC. Yeah, there we go. And that's done. Wait, never mind. Alright, there we go. Yay, alright, very good. Sorry for that, guys. So, load sheet final. Zero fuel weight 60.2. Which should be on. Correct. Actually, a little bit more. We should be having 59.8. Shh. Please do a recall. Okay, 60.2, that's fine. Zero fuel weight CG is going to be 27.5, which is okay as well. Plan block is 6. I have 5.9. I prefer the 5.9. Pax 170. So I'm actually going to put the pax number as well. 170 plus, I think it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 7 crew members. So we have 177. Okay, close this. This is good. What else do we need? We need to uplink the takeoff data, request the takeoff data. And once this is complete, we can jump into the departure briefing. A very, very, very important part of our preparation, and I highly advise you guys to do it as well. Alright, receive takeoff data. We're going to go flex, of course. We need to save engine. 46, 46, 49, flaps 1 sounds good. Insert a blink. This is all looking brilliant. Okay, that's set. Everything is set. I'm going to start the APU and I'm going to start the departure briefing. Does it sound good to you? It definitely sounds good to me. Okay, you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. So we are operating A320 Airbus A320 200 with IAE engines, flight Spirit Wings 2248 from Atlanta to Orlando. NOTAMs are checked, the weather en route is checked, fantastically looking. NTI should not be required. Maybe possibly required in case we cross those clouds and the temperature is going to be in the icing range. But we'll be looking. Weather radar is going to be on. I don't expect anything regarding with terrain, so perhaps terrain could be on the first officer side and the weather side on my end, which I'm going to do already now. We are on Charlie 5 stand right here in Concourse Charlie. I'm going to be pushing back here on 4 Sierra to ramp 4, and I'm going to taxi to the south of ramp where we're going to contact tower. And then they are going to assign us the taxi. So I expect that he either gives us Lima all the way to Lima, holding point 09 left, or we have to go through Lima 6 and then Mike and Lima to, again, runway 09 left. No hot spots as it looks. The runway is dry. The wind, according to the latest weather, is 140 at 8, so not really significant. And we will be departing with flex 67, V speeds 46, 46 and 49, flaps 1 plus F. And we will be departing via this, I'm going to call this the Smiths or Smlits 3 RNAV departure from page 10-3 Papa from runway 09 left. Let me see, our radar required, turbojet only, now we can do that. Use departure frequency, okay, transponder code, that's checked, aircraft, this is all fine, transition altitude is 18,000, so that's fine. And here we do have some obstacles on takeoff, I'm sure we can comply with those. Let's just radar departure, climb on heading 095 to intercept course 115 degrees to grids, then on depicted route to Smlits, maintain 250 to whatever this is. Top altitude 10,000 feet, that is set. Pretty simple. So straight ahead and intercept the course, grids, and Hism at 250 knots, then trophy, Smlits, and wallet. Sounds very good. No radio navs required, no special considerations. In case of rejected takeoff below 80 knots, we stop for any malfunction. Between 80 knots and V1, only for significant ones like engine fire, engine failure, wind shear, pilot incapacitation, and I'm missing one, which is going to be, or if the failure does not allow the safe the safe outcome of the flight, in which case I'll call reject, put the thrust to idle, apply max reverse, let the auto brake work, maintain the center line. After stopping, I'll set the parking brake, call cabin crew at station's attention, advise the ATC, and then assess the situation. In case the failure happens after V1, we're going to continue straight ahead. Now it would be good to have the charts open straight ahead. MSA here is 3,100, so we could climb to 4,000 to be safe. And then we could vector ourselves back to the ILS 09 left, which is already set with the correct minimus and the frequency. Sounds pretty cool. Otherwise, what else can we see here? So takeoff weight, we have plus 400 kilos, so we are 65.9 on the takeoff weight. Max landing weight is 64.5, so we are slightly overweight. Probably if we solve the failure in the air, we will be very, very close to our max landing weight, so possibly not. No, okay, not gonna happen. We will be definitely overweight, so we'll assess the situation later. Last comms we'll read and do, and that's gonna be about it. Any questions? If so, post them in the chat. That's the briefing complete. And we can now jump in to the start. So APU is on, bleed on, external power off, beacon light on. Lock the door. Let's call better pushback, and let me just confirm we have to go. Oh, okay, there we go. We have APU sound. I guess that was a bug. So this is where we're gonna be going. Better pushback in. Start pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I want to go here, please.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, jetway. Jetway's already out, amazing. I'd love to remove the chocks and the GPU. Before start checklist, parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrust, we've got flex 67, speeds 46, 46 and 49. Windows are closed on both sides and beacon is on. Before start checklist is complete, and let me just do something very quickly. Okay, we have a bunch of margin there. Okay, very, very nice. Tezzy, 21 current viewers, Vlad. Wow. Oh, okay. In fact, that is a lot of people. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. It's really amazing. Thank you.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Checked. Killer, Spirit does its job. It's not good service, but it's dirt cheap, so when you need that, it's there. Probably much like Ryanair. I think Ryanair gets a lot of hate, but we need to remember that you are being flown on a multi-million dollar airplane that costs thousands to operate under very incredible conditions, and people just take it for granted, but in fact it is amazing to be, I don't know, flown somewhere thousands of kilometers away for, I don't know, 40 euros, whatever.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, stand by, just checking that everything is clear and that we do not have a ground tower. Departure rate is, oh god. Ooh, runways, okay, that's fine. Yeah, transponder is set, we just got the tower. Alright, brakes released, you clear to push. Advise when ready to start engines.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Copy that, fantastic. Let's go, off block time is set. We're clear to start the engines. Let's see if the engine view is a little bit better with the engine sound. So I'm gonna put this here, starting the engines, put this there, and starting one. And we've got flow, rotation. There goes the fuel flow. There's the GT. And one. Oil pressure is rising. I want to take a picture. Bang. Alright, we've got engine 1 avail, starting to... Yeah, sounds are not impressive. You guys know it. It's weighted from the cockpit. Tassie. Wow, actually gets there. They went live 20 minutes after taking off. Landing in London was amazing. I had area controller, tower, and multiple ground handlers. Yeah, that seemed pretty dense. And a jump scare when I took back on by a landing plane in Cork on 1228. It was so silent.
Operation complete.
What do you mean?
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Brakes set to clear, disconnect. Smoltz. Cooler, thank you. Golden Age. Well, on Ryanair you still have more rights and are treated better than on Spirit. Oh, really? Is it that bad? Jesus Christ. That's a bit sad. And we've got a veil light, very good. This goes off, this goes off, this goes off, and now I start this. Disconnecting hand signals. We need to set the trim to 0.8 up. That is set. After start checklist. Actually, the after start I think is triggered after the hand signal. So let's wait for the hand signal. And we can do the flight controls. And meanwhile,
tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand
So,
signal on the right. We'll see
full
you
up.
next time and have a safe flight.
full down. See you next time. Bye bye. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And now the first officer would check silently the flight controls as well. So we're gonna just simulate that as well. And no rudder. Hand signal received. After start, NTI is not required. Status check. Pitch stream is up 0.8. I don't remember what was the percentage. I think it was 27 something. I lost the message. Ah, I could have printed it. Oh, dummy me. Oh, we could have printed it. It's alright. And rudder trim is neutral. After start is complete. Very good, let's put some lights on. Parking brake released. Oh, very nice. Or wait, no, never mind. I'm confused now. This one doesn't show. Yeah, this one doesn't show. There are planes when you press it, it shows some pressure. This one doesn't. All right, fine. Let's taxi. Brakes are checked. And let's call tower. And we've got information November. Alright, Lima 6. Atlanta Tower, very good evening. Spirit Wings 2248, south of ramp 4, request taxi.
Sir, 2248 Atlanta ground runway, 9 or less of Mike 2, taxi via Mike 2.
Taxi via Mike and Mike 2, runway 9 left, Spirit Wings 2248, and we've got information November. Alright, very good.
Niner, welcome to Atlanta. Make sure it's walking forward 764.
So Mike 2 straight ahead. And Mike 2 holding point, so not full length. Clear left, clear right. Cabin would be ready. This goes... Oh, actually I'm doing the flow in the wrong way. This should be here, this should be here, then that's checked, then auto brake, then this. Alright, clear left, clear right. I'm not sure I should have done this. Probably not. Clear left, clear right again. Now, one thing I keep forgetting, what's the EPR to get the stable indication for the engines?
American Niner at Delta, cross runway 8 right, enjoy Foxtrot working, have a good day. Cross runway 8 right on Delta, and then Foxtrot to the gate. Thank you very much, American Niner. Good
I
day.
have real time, right? Yes, I do. Alright, next checklist. Flight controls checked on both side. Flap settings 1 plus F is set correct. Radar and reflective wind shear is on and auto. Engine mode selector is on normal. ACAM memo takeoff no blue. Text checklist is complete. Alright, this is Lima 5. We have to taxi quiet. Straight ahead, so let's get some power rolling. Just out of curiosity, he's 40%, roughly 1.025 EPR. Alright, sounds good to me. That's Mike 6. Tazzy, as in here I am, 4 AM, woken up, just silently enjoying being up at 4 AM. And it's then as I'm dozing off, Lingus 145 on final ILS. Ah, man. J Advanced, how does it compare with the Phoenix? J Advanced, terribly sorry I cannot tell you because I do not own Microsoft and I do not have the Phoenix. What I can tell you is how does it compare to the Toliss A320CEO, and it definitely feels like a different airplane because the engines are different, the performance is different, like the climb out is different. I think even the way you have to flare the airplane is different, so it is definitely different. Now talking about the fuel burn and all that stuff that's done as well, and we tested yesterday the difference between the sharklets and the wing fences, and it seems like there is a very slight, like very small change in fuel burn, which should be there. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm very happy with the airplane, and having the abilities of X-plane and the easiness of making a scenario, resetting a position, just moving the airplane whenever you need it, where you need, that is really cool.
Bearings 2248, RNAV converts, runway 9 or left of my 2, clear for takeoff.
Cliff takeoff, 9 left, RNAV, Smilts, Spirit Wings 2248. Final looks clear, that looks clear. Do it nice and slowly. Transponder is TA. Alright. Lights on, and on. We've got the clearance. Clear left. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 09 left confirmed. TCAS, TA, RA, PAX 1 and 2. Gonna leave them on. Lineup checklist is complete. We're clear to go. A bit off center line, that's alright. Okay, spool them up. Hit the like button. Or take off OK in chat. Stabilized at 40, 1.3 set, and let's go. Man flag 67 SRS. Runway auto thrust is blue. Thrust is set, speed alive. Look at the acceleration, it is so much slower. I know we're flexing, but still. There's 100 knots. Oh my god. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Gear up. Nav. That's pretty good.
Watch our good day, go for 891, sort of run, requesting taxi 209 or left. Go for 891, tower, 119 left to Mike 2, taxi via Mike 12.
I feel like we should have gotten thrust reduction already. Just climb, climb. Out of thrust. And it's a pretty easy departure, so let's go autopilot 1.
You're in 2248, a lot of centers closed, frequency change approved, yeah.
Frequency change approved. Good day. It's Wings 2248. Alright, and off we go to Unicom. 128. Very nice. We are approaching S-speed. S-speed, flaps 0, speed checked, flaps 0. Disarm the speed brakes, lights off. And we're gonna keep climbing to 370. Airplane should accelerate to 250, that's correct. Very good. I love the way the wing looks with the wing fence. It's just, I don't know. It's really cool. Okay. So, J advanced. Cooler gave us the takeoff, okay. Thanks so much. Those are the gripes I have with Microsoft Flight Sim, and loading the whole game to change your aircraft or location is annoying. And no replay still. Yeah, to be fair, like, I have a couple of colleagues that are significantly ahead of me in the pilot phase, and they are right now preparing themselves for airline assessments. And I showed them the Toliss, and one of them even, I think he has the Phoenix. He had the Microsoft Flight Sim. So I showed them the Toliss and the flexibility and the easiness of use of the simulator, like the changing time simply with keybinds. Maybe that's possible as well in Microsoft, I don't know. But the fact you can go into the map and just click on the airplane, change the altitude, change the position, change the direction, just move it around. The fact that Toliss can save situations right here. If I press to load this situation right here in Victoria 04 approach, it will load under the exact same weather conditions, MCDU configuration. I mean everything, flap speeds, everything is going to be stored like that. So let's say you want to practice to follow the glide slope on raw data. So you set up the airplane, you go into there and you practice. You can just put the airplane at the beginning of the ILS, save the situation, and then you complete the landing, you just click load situation again. In a second it comes back to life, you can do it again. So it is so much more efficient in terms of practicing. And as well for the instrument rating, I mean, it is, everything is there. It's so much easier. But again, like I always say this, do whatever makes you happy. So if you don't like X-Plane, I mean, I totally get it. It's not perfect. 10,000 feet lights off, packs are on, everything is good. I mean, we don't have any turbulence, so I'm gonna put the seatbelt sign off. So that is pretty straightforward. I mean, if you want to see like the ground and all that stuff looking amazing, like it does in Microsoft Flight Sim, I get it. That's fine. For me, map enhancement, the weather effect, explain the physics are what matters. I mean, yes, this texture here, I don't have the amazing any amazing GPU. My GPU is very old. It's an RTX 2070 with 8 gigs of RAM, so it looks like this. But I don't know, the whatever I get from it, it's much better than than just simply graphics. Okay, we chalked out at 1545. This is UTC, and takeoff was at 1555. Very good. Can I print this? Yes, I can. Fantastic. I'm gonna close this. Really cool. put this into airport mode. Cooler, the big differences from Phoenix is that the CEO of Toliss hasn't been in some very funny gaming videos. What do you mean? I honestly didn't understand that. Tazzy, alrighty, Vlad and CEO and everyone else just joining. I'm off, I need to catch up on sleep. Dude, get some sleep, man, get some rest. That's really, really important, and especially now that you are into pilot training soon as well. Man, you want to be as rested as possible. Sleep is very, very important, so be very careful with that. I know what I'm talking about. It's not a 200 meters race, it's a marathon, so... J Advanced, Phoenix A320 has incredible art. I absolutely agree with you, and it doesn't even come close to, or Tolis doesn't even come close to Phoenix. That's 1000% the truth. And yeah, but for example, what I would like to is remove all of this stuff, make this cabin completely empty so it saves as much FPS as possible for people like me who have a quite old computer. My CPU is good, my GPU is a little bit old. Cooler, Phoenix CEO has been in a lot of videos from the Soviet Womble YouTube channel, and he's very funny. This has nothing to do with flight sim, I just think about that fact a lot. Oh, really? I don't know, what does he make videos about? Oh, I guess that's some funny stuff, because Tazzy's having a blast. It's a very popular channel, of course. Alright. That makes... That's funny. Do have some clouds. And I'm exploring the Bing... Oh boy, it's loud. Terribly sorry for that, I was not expecting it to be this loud. I'm exploring the way Bing looks. This is Bing newest...
Charlotte traffic, American 1080 departing runway 36 right, runway heading.
Oh wait, did the tower go away already? No, the tower is still there. Oh, maybe that's he just advising. Okay. Transition altitude, I'm sleeping. Standard is set and reading 192 now. Checked. It's just general gaming, and it has a lot of people messing around and having fun. He's a regularly occurring member. Okay. J Advanced, the new Flight Factor 777 comes close to Phoenix, in my opinion, in terms of art. Oh, okay. So thank you, because that actually gives me a perspective, because of course I can see the videos on the Phoenix, and for instance, I'm a very big fan of V1 Simulations. I love his channel. I've been a subscriber since he has like 4,000 and something subs, so I'm a long-term one, and he uses the Phoenix quite a lot, so I watch his videos quite regularly. And I learned a lot from him, so if you actually want to check that, he's very nice. And so this way I can have a comparison. And soon, Crash Flyer, can I please have a chocolate bar after seat 17A for €2? Dude, of course you can. In fact, you can have 2. It's a special spirit bonus from today from the captain. They'll probably fire me after that. The Golden Age coming right away, sir. Yeah. So yeah, J Advanced, thank you for telling that, because this way I can actually imagine a little bit. The 777 from Flight Factory is absolutely stunning. And I think what they did also, the airplane is a little bit heavy on frame rate, a tiny bit, but it is not crazily heavy. And that just shows that you can do good stuff and good modeling even with very complex systems. What they did with the ground crew, with all that stuff, the loading, the catering, the maintenance stuff. I mean, I think they even have the Pushback model, if I'm not mistaken. So it is definitely possible to do a lot of stuff, which is really cool. Killer, I'll be the flight attendants. Yeah, wait, we had a name for our flight attendant. It was Susie. Susie is the flight attendant on our channel. Can we call Susie? Tazzy, Bing I like because the colors aren't ridiculously overdone. Google does that regularly in some areas. I agree. However, Bing can look very bland at times when it should be more vibrant, like the middle of Oz. I think I kind of understand what you mean. You know, it depends. You have to always remember, like, are you flying in the States, then you should use this. Are you flying in South America, then you should use that. Are you flying in Africa, then you should use this. Are you flying in Europe, then probably the best is going to be the other one. New Zealand, for instance, I know Bing is stunning for New Zealand. ARC has been very good in Europe, I would say. Bing's pretty decent in the United States. I mean, I like what I'm seeing right now. It's pretty concise, and there was a little bit of that color cut around the city, like I told you yesterday, around Atlanta, but it wasn't terrible, so I can live with that. But it's pretty okay so far. I haven't seen like any crazy stuff. Sometimes Bing has some clouds in the map, so you have to watch out, but I think all of them have clouds at certain points, and honestly it doesn't bother me that much. It's Spirit, you know. Saint Crash Flyer, thank you so much for your donation. That is so cool. I have to put a heart there. Thank you so much. Bing in US and Western Europe can also look very sharp. Oh, Western Europe! I had no idea. I mean, I think I tested Bing in Portugal a couple of times, and it kind of depends. It can be very nice, but very at some points. So it depends. So far I've been using mostly ARC, and I like it a lot. But for instance, ARC doesn't have the highest quality in all the places, and you can feel that immediately. Like if you go lower level with Bing, you get much clearer image quality. With ARC, not that much. Oh, are we talking about Yahoo? Oh boy. J Advanced. The 777 runs smoothly in part because of the custom LOD mechanism that they built. Yeah, I know that. You know what would be also cool? They made the two versions. They made like the low res or the low for the low performing computers version, and the higher one, which has the cabin. But the problem is on the lower version, the low res or whatever, the low performance option, they didn't make the cockpit. No, what I'm looking for. I mean, it is not possible to set up other views. Like if I want to set up an external view or a wing view, I cannot get out of the cockpit. It's locked in a cage. It's like the Zibo, you know, you kind of go into the window and you just hit it and you can't go beyond it. It's like that, but on the entire cabin. You can't simply run free through, and I'd love to have that. Oh boy, terribly sorry, that was loud. Because I'd love to have the ability to do that. And yeah, just look at this climb rate, guys. We would never have this on a Neo. I mean, we're not flying that fast. We're doing 27, not even 270 on a climb out. We're flight level 300, and we are doing 1,100 feet a minute. It's been 16 minutes already since the departure, and we just now reached flight level 300 at 1,000 feet a minute. So definitely feels like definitely feels like the engine performance is right there, because I feel like the Neo is a lot more powerful, and that's what the pilots saying in general and in the real world. So that the Neos are a lot more powerful, especially in the lower altitudes. It's very interesting. I actually saw a video of approach and departure. I don't know if you know that channel. It's a Eurowings captain, and he has some videos literally from the start of the briefing until the end, parkings of entire flights, and that's really cool because he films like the instruments and them and like the side stick. I mean, he has like six GoPros or whatever inside of the cockpit, and it's really cool because you can see like the way the flow goes, the briefings, you can see the checklist being done, what tasks are done for each crew member, and so on. And it's really nice. And he was actually discussing with his first officer the other day on a video that I saw from, I think they were going from Cologne, no wait, to Cologne to Heathrow. That was part one. Maybe from Heathrow back to Cologne on the 319. He was exactly discussing the differences between the Neo and the CEO, and he mentioned that he had a flight where he departed, if I'm not mistaken, from Palma de Mallorca. From La Palma. Yeah, I think from Palma de Mallorca on the 321 that was fully loaded, and they had a Swiss A321, if I'm not mistaken, CEO ahead of them that was departing. So the Swiss departed first, and they went after him. The Swiss was the CEO, he was on the Neo, and I think they had like a separation of 20 miles or whatever, and they outclimbed the Swiss on the Neo even when full loaded. So that was really impressive. This airplane is barely climbing. Color, oh, I think for Iberia Bing is a bit fuzzy for some reason. Yeah, I mean, some parts of Spain, close to the border of Portugal, are slightly weird, because it kind of looks good at one point, but then it doesn't look very good. I think they have mixed pictures, like from different times. One is done at summer, because it's very yellowish, because on the summer everything is yellow here, due to the very high heat, and then other parts are like greenish, more like spring or winter, so it kind of looks weird. Synchronous Flight 907, can you fly all A320s with one rating? Yes, you can do that. In fact, it's one of the big advantages of the 320 rating. You get to fly all three. Actually, all four, because it could fly the 318 as well. So 318, 319, 320, 321, and then all the new Neos, 319, 320, and 321. And also, guys, you may say, well, there are no A319 Neos. They weren't ever sold or built or whatever. In fact, it was built and it is flying. They're simply very rare. And I believe the only ones flying are in China, but China has a bunch of Neos. Let's check. Yeah, look, there's one. This one is what? Interesting to see a 319 in this area. Flying from Italy, maybe some military or I don't know, but yeah, China Southern has a bunch of 319s Neo. Looks kind of cute. with this big engine. And yeah, it's 319-153N, like Neo. So they have a bunch of those. And I like this livery. I think we've discussed the other day. So now everybody's gonna request Toliss to make a 319 Neo, right? Please don't do it. That was a joke. And there is this one, West Air. I didn't know about this one. So yeah, they were sold to a certain point in China. Synchronous Fire 397, 297, no, and there we go. Next Toliss 319 Neo. No. I bet Toliss are like, oh god, why did we give that guy access to our plane? Come on, you can do it. We are for level 360, almost. Barely climbing. Should start preparing soon our approach into Orlando. I want to study a little bit. What do we have in terms of restrictions? Above 240, below 260. At 290 knots, interesting, a mandatory speed. Above 17, at 280 between 11 and 16, at 250 between 9 and 14. Then this one goes for the right. Now we go this side here at 220 above 8, at 210 at 5000 mandatory at Bryce. And from there we have the vector, the extension for the vector. Then we have, this is the cruise, and maybe is not shown here. So cruise, Sarai, Fesha, Huey's. We should have all of these waypoints in the box. Let's check that. Interesting, no, we don't have those. Or wait. Is my memory that small? No. Nope. Auto ATC welcome. If ATC is offline, you may receive automated guidance to assist out online controllers. To provide feedback, please. Jacksonville Center advises descent via the Grange 5 arrival. No separation services provided. Thank you so much, Jacksonville Center. How's my driving? FTW Center. I don't know who that is, but we're gonna follow that arrival. Anyway, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. There we go, finally out cruise 370, flying nicely. How's the fuel flow? Roughly 2000, about 2300. Yeah, about 2300, maybe a bit less. Yeah, 2300 averaging on this airplane. Looks good. Let's make a very quick fuel check to make sure that we aren't really having any fuel leaks. So we have 4,000. We've burned 1,930. So we had 5,970. No, an 80 or 90. But we burned a little bit from the APU, so that's a 30 kilos difference, which is from the APU. That makes total sense. Looks amazing, no turbulence, no nothing. Plane is behaving as it should. We are almost at the ETP waypoint. So after the ETP I will reset everything. I mean, at this point I could reset everything to be fair, so I can come here and let's put Orlando. We're gonna land on 36 right. 200 miles to go, and secondary flight plan I'm gonna copy the active and leave it there. I could probably start to fetch some data regarding the weather in Orlando as well. So how are we looking in terms of weather in Orlando? 3004. Temperature is 31, it's quite warm. Wind 050 at 7. And the minimus for us is gonna be 134. Actually, you know what? I want to go 134 or config. No, let's go config full. Minimus for us is gonna be 290. Set. Fantastic. Set. Okay. Yes, in Crashfire. Cooler. In Microsoft Flight Sim, someone made the A3 What? A3 Is that some fun project airplane, probably? That would be quite funny. Yeah, I like what Bing is doing in terms of scenery. I remember flying once with Google. There's a little bit of color change, but it's very subtle. So, I mean, this is minimal. Really minimal. I remember flying with Google once to Florida, and I didn't really like, because closer to Miami it was quite weird. Quite weird. In some areas. Not all areas. But that was in the old times of Ortho 4XP. Although I still use Ortho 4XP for some places like Iceland, where we are going to be flying soon. So Iceland, Lukla, because I did the Ortho 4XP fix for Lukla, so now you can actually land in Lukla and the runway slope is somewhat like it should look. Where else do I use it? Faroe Islands. Speaking of those... Oh, Eastern, that's a cool one. Speaking of Faroe Islands, I made the Ortho 4XP stuff for it with the elevation data, so perhaps we should fly there soon. Who knows? Sync Crashfire, now you only need the Tolis A340. You know, it's actually funny, because... oh, stand by, I just now noticed I have the wrong... Oh, I have the wrong chart. I have the 3.5 right. Oh, what the hell? Why is the 3.6 right? Yeah, minimus. It's different. 2.9 or 2. Yeah, made no sense for 3.5. I just noticed it. Now we have Tramp, Flowsy, Silky, Jackor, and the rest of the stuff. Silky, Jackor. There we go. Very good, so we can actually do it. Probably I will turn inbound at Silky 3000 feet. It is 11 miles out of the ILS. It's a good distance to catch up. ILS is normal 3 degrees. Yeah, everything is standard. Missed approach is that. Alright, have we passed the ETP? Yes, we have, and we have less than 80 nautical miles to top of descent. 56 in fact. So how about we start our arrival briefing? You guys are ready? Let's do it. So the status of the airplane, everything is flying perfectly. The weather expected in Orlando is very nice as well. A wind is 050 at 7, good visibility, few clouds at 3,800, broken at 25,000, temperature 31, QNH 3004, transition level is going to be 090. No temps are checked, anti-ice is not expected to be used unless we get into some clouds, so we'll see. Weather radar on my side, terrain radar on the first officer side, so we'll just leave it as it is. Top of the ascent is going to be in 50 miles. We will be arriving via the Grange 5 arrival. From page 20-2 Charlie for runway 36 left. So we fly from Jake to east, then do lit Mayer above flight level 240, then to Quacks Grating at 290 above 17,000, then to Grange, Bugs at 280 between 11 and 16,000, and from Blake I can read here on track 134 to cross Hoovel between 9,000 14,000 and at 250 knots. Then on track 158 to Haram, then on track 181 degrees to cross Dory at above 8,000 and at 220 knots. Then on track 186 to cross Bryce at 5,000, then at 210 knots. Then on track 186 expect radar vectors to final approach course. Now from there we jump to the ILS or lock runway 36 right, frequency 110.7, final approach course 005. At jack course our final approach fix have to be at 1,600 feet. Minimas are 292, elevation 96 feet, touchdown zone 92, MSA 3,000 feet. So we'll be coming from this side right here, we'll be turning to the left, and what I'll probably do, I'll just nav myself into Silky at 3,000 feet and then onwards to the localizer. It's a normal 3 degrees descent, so nothing significant from there. Minimus is set, we are compliant with all the weather and all this stuff, which is wonderful. And in case we go missed, we climb to 500, then climbing left turn to 3000 on heading 309 and outbound Orlando VOR radio 248 to Deanmore or 60 ME Orlando and hold, continue climb in hold to 3000. Very simple. Probably what will happen if we go around for whatever reason, instead of joining the holding, I'll just vector myself again quickly for another ILS approach into 36. We have the secondary flight plan, so just activate the secondary and get flying. Alright, that's set. Radio navs will be set. Our alternative fuel is to Tampa. Right now we are anticipating that we will have an extra time of 40 minutes, so we have enough time to play. It's 1.3 tons. Brilliant. We're gonna land with flaps full. Expected VAP is 134. I'll use auto brake low because it's a very long runway. We can compute it very quickly here. We can see we have a huge margin. Basically land twice there. And normal reverse. Once we land on 36 right, we're going to vacate either via Bravo 6, which is probably the one I'll be aiming for, and we will be taxiing via Charlie to airside 3. At least that's where I kind of want to go. Not sure what are the what are the marking positions for Spirit, but we're going to assume it's going to be airside 3, and we will go there. Alright, that's going to be it. No special considerations. No abnormals for now. Last comms will do read and do in case needed. Brief complete. If you have any questions, put them in the chat or in the comments, and don't forget, thumbs up. I'm really thinking, should I do a continuous descent with my own way, with like vertical speed and so on, so we'd never level off, so we always bleed off the speed on the descent and we just apply a little bit of power when needed. Thinking about it, to be fair, could be a good exercise of energy management. How about we do it? So we have to be crossing coax below 260, that's our first restriction. And then we have greeting 290 knots, so I'll just maintain the 290. Then then we have bugs below 16 at 280, which should be pretty easy to do. Yeah, I might do it. Let's try it. I want to try it. Let's see how it goes, so we can maybe save a little bit of fuel. Let's see. Also, I want to see how is the fuel prediction on this one. So we are predicted to land with 3.1 on board once the top of descent starts, and just because of that I want to do something. So let's say I want to cross coax at 26. We are at 37. 37 minus 26, that's 11. 11 times 3. Let me actually do this. Is 33. So we would start to descend at 33 miles out. So perhaps perhaps out of safety reasons, I'll start it at 36. Let's add 3 miles. At 36 from coax, I'll start the descent, and we cross that below 260. Am I correct? Yeah, that's 10, 11, 11 times 3 is 33. 33, I'm going to add 3 for safety. 36. Alright, good. Then we have a little bit of time. I'm going to ignore the managed descent. I'm going to try to do my own and see what's what. Just, hi Captain. Hey dude, welcome to live stream. How are you? You having a nice weekend, I hope. And yes, in Crash Flight 97. I don't know what is going on, but suddenly on Facebook and Reddit and even YouTube has been suggesting me A340 pictures and videos and so on. And you know what? The pictures are really tasty. And when I say they are really tasty, they are like very, very tasty. That is not a very good look of Bing, though. This is what I'm talking about. That's probably some city. And they have like a different picture for the city. And that's a little bit annoying. Alright, let's do constraint mode on. This way it's going to be slightly easier. Our next altitude is going to be 26. Decelerate, we're going to ignore that for now, and we are 40 miles out. And let's see if I can land with more than 3.1. I doubt it, but I'll try my best. Right, we had 3.1 was the predicted. Yeah. That's correct. A little bit of headwind, that surely helps us. Alright, we are at 38. So let's pull the speed. Seatbelt sign on. 37. And let's start down. So we should be going with minus 220 roughly, like that. Yep, perfect. Spot on. And you know what I'll do? Is, oh no, never mind. We have to maintain the 290. That's mandatory. The 290 is mandatory. So right now it will still apply power, because as we descend, to maintain the Mach number, our indicator is going to increase. And so I'm just going to wait it out until it reaches 290, and I'll pull it to switch from Mach number to normal speed. And that's when we will continue. Synchronous Flight 97, I see. Maybe that's going to be something for a Christmas special, I don't know. Maybe 340, not sure. We'll see what's what. Also, you know what I want? I want to know what's the advisory for Orlando. 1243. So set that in, ready, done. Davey TSW. That's why I wouldn't want to use ortho in any form. Screw those stitched up tiles or different color imagery. We need laminar research to come up. Why did I say Lightroom? Maybe because I used Lightroom so many times. Anyways, we need laminar research to come up with good default scenery for the globe. I agree. I'm gonna still use ortho because I cannot go back now. I still prefer the ortho, and I can leave with some of these stitched files, but I 1000% agree with you. Or fly in areas with good packages that are color corrected, like Total Mexico and Fork Boys US orthos, I think. Yeah, Total Mexico is very good. I believe there is one for New Zealand as well, from the that author who made the oh boy, he made like the entire New Zealand stuff. So those are quite good as well. But again, you will need a lot of space for that. And what I felt with Auto Ortho is that my performance has improved in X-Plane, which is amazing. So I don't know. I'm a little bit biased because of that. Alright, we are at 290. Let's pull the speed. Now, as you will see, the thrust will start to decrease, which is exactly what we want. And I can decrease a little bit our descent rate. So we pass just a little bit below 260. And we can keep the speed at 290 right now. So very good. I like the clouds. Clouds are looking nice. Okay, now next important stuff is going to be grading 290, yes, above 170, then Grange, then bugs. And bugs, we have to be between 160 and 16,000 and 11,000 at 280 knots. So we are definitely complying with this one. So I can skip down to 16. It's going to be our next aiming point. In fact, I might even go, yeah, 16. Yeah, 16 sounds good to me. 16. Or maybe, you know what, from bugs to hull, or whatever that's called. Let me show you. You see this here. So we fly from grids between 16 and 11, then we have this restriction here between 14 and 9. So from the top ones, that's only 2,000 feet, actually 2,000 feet on both, but we've got a 30 knots change. And if you see here, it's 10 plus 8.1, so it's 18 miles in descent. It's going to pass very quickly. So I would probably aim a little bit lower, like 15,000, so we spend in a very shallow descent all the way down through here. Or maybe we could actually be totally fine. I don't know. That's the thing. This is a new airplane for me. Different engines, I'm not too sure how it is going to be descending. So let's see. Let's actually see. But I hope you understand what I want to say. Okay, so we are passing grading, that's correct, and we need to be at bugs at 280 knots. The blue arrow is there. 160, correct, and there's the profile. Look at us. So I'll keep it going like this. I'll keep the 290, then I'll descend. Yeah, I'll keep it like this actually. 160, we'll see. 2,000 feet. No, you know what? I'll go to 15. 15. So I get that at 1,000, and then we'll see how it goes. Or maybe just a tiny bit like that. Perfect. So we reached the 15 just after bugs. Somewhere in between. Complying with that. Very, very good. The power is already quite minimal. And as you can see, the fuel flow is very, very low. Even though we keep a little bit of power, it's basically idle. In fact, I wonder if I put now to 90, how long this will take to drop all the speed, because we have only 20 miles and we will keep a constant descent. So I'll probably drop it to 280 already, because look, it will probably take a while until it gets down. Yeah, see, now it is complete idle. We had what, 360, I think, or 380 on the fuel flow. So only 100 kilos of difference between the little power we were doing and full idle. Not that 100 kilos is not much, but for the time that we will be on the descent, it is actually it's actually good. Just want to check again if there is no ATC. Yeah, no ATC so far. That's good. We have some traffic in Orlando. About 4 planes, a 777 United. I think this is a Frontier one, 2 Deltas. Alright, sounds perfectly fine to me. Almost at 280. Let me see if I put 160 for it to recalculate, so I can drop a little bit the vertical speed so we can get to that speed nicely. Interesting, it's exactly mandatory to be at that speed. Very interesting. And I'm loving the clouds. And look, almost at the profile. The difference is, the Airbus, the VNAV, usually it levels off for a little bit until the speed bleeds off to whatever speed you need, and then it starts the descent again. So whatever, the descent looks like straight in, descend, straight in, descend, straight in, like a staircase. And what we want to do is a continuous descent. Alright, transition level 3004 is set. We are on the speed, so I can increase a tiny bit the descent rate. 3004 on this one as well, and 3004 on this one as well. In this case it's going to be 3003, the closest one. They are reading the same. I believe I could do the approach checklist now. Approach checklist, barrel ref is set, seatbelt signs are on, the minimus are MDA 902, barrow, auto brake low, engine mode selector normal. Approach checklist is complete. Alright, 280. Oh, passing just a little bit above, or no. No, we're gonna catch that up. Nice on the speed and on the altitude. Very good. Now I'm gonna put 250 already. And 14,000 for the next waypoint. We complied with that one. Excellent. Now I'm gonna decrease the descent rate. Like that. So we're gonna keep ourselves nice. And see the speed bleeds off quite slowly. Oh, I know what was the thing with the altitude, because we adjusted the QNH. David TSW, thanks for the heads up about this New Zealand scenery package. I didn't know about it. It looks pretty good too. It is really cool. It looks really nice. In fact, I think New Zealand is like a place where most people don't remember about, but it is amazing to fly all kinds of airplanes. Airliners, turboprops, general aviation, whatever you like. It's really cool. And I need to drink some water, so call Susie or Cooler, who's the purser on this flight. Shay TP, look at you. Hey Vlad, for the first time in a long time I'm flying on that sim. Whoa, dude, congratulations. Welcome back, I guess. How is it doing? Where are you flying? And how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Cooler, submitting my documents to legally change my name to Susie. Just during descent? Are you talking about the water? Well, we are still above 10,000 feet, so I think it's technically possible. Alright, 250 knots we are maintaining now. And we would be crossing below 14, so looking good. Next is going to be above 8 for Dory at 220 knots. David TSW, true, also good for flying a glider, I heard, so the default ASQ21 might come in handy. Yes, David TSW, in fact, I do have a live stream we made. I think we were like, it was 4 of us. I don't remember, I think it was Snacks, it was me, Mike, and one more guy, I don't remember his name, but he was there. And we flew all together in New Zealand with gliders, and it was really nice. You have 2 mods for the ASQ21 by NH Adrian, and they are really good. Okay, let's put the 220 on the speed, because this one now is going to be a lot slower to descend, and also because I will be increasing the descent rate. In fact, you know what, I will keep it this like at minus 1,000 to bleed off the speed, otherwise we'll never get there. The restriction is only to be above 8,000, which we comply with, so I'm more worried about the speed, perhaps like minus 800. Bleed off the speed, and once we get to 220 we can start to descend, or even to 210, which is going to be the the greened out speed basically. So the plane will be slowing down very slowly. And looks like so far we've been going between all the clouds, so that's nice for the passengers. Not much turbulence. Alright, there we go, almost reaching that. Let's set 5,000, because we're definitely going to be above there. And Bryce, we can now just increase the descent rate tiny bit more. Yeah, look at that. Plane will probably start accelerating now. No, I'll just do thrust idle open descent, so it picks up the speed and keeps going. There we go, perfect. Continuous descent. But we're still at 3,240 kilos, so probably I will still land with less than 3.1, but I'm doing my best. Oh, and that's Orlando, by the way. Right there. Let's see if we can see anybody. There's 1737. That's the 777. Okay, wait, we're gonna see it in a bit. I want to see how's the traffic looking. Pretty clear. Okay. Alright, and I wanted to fly to Silky, 3,000 feet. That is checked, or perhaps I could go... Yeah, I think Silky would be the best option here. Alright, let's do vertical speed to 10 here. And once it gets close, I'll just open descent, speed vertical speed. And thrust idle open descent. And I'll activate approach phase on my own. (10,000 feet), lights are on, LS push buttons on, cabin crew landing in 10 minutes. And now we can look at the airport and check out. So that's looks like the 73. There's the 777, and there were 2 Deltas. One is right there, and the other one I think was taxiing. Maybe he already departed. Yeah, he already departed. Sounds fine to me. Where is this United going? Sky is on approach. Alright. I'm gonna have to put some flaps soon. Let's do a screenshot. No. I thought it would look better, but it doesn't. Kinda looks cool. Okay, we're gonna comply with the altitude, so let's do 3,000 feet. I just want to see where it puts me, probably around here. No, Jackar. Okay, yeah, well, that's a bit weird. Let's go flaps 1, speed is check, flaps 1. We should increase the descent right now a tiny bit. Let's do manage speed. No, wait, we have to keep it speed, sorry. And you know what I'll do? I'll do something here. I'll go... Once we pass this, I'm gonna go pull heading. And now I'll go direct to Silky. And I'll do radial in 186. That should be this line, correct. And I'll do insert 2. And what will happen... No nav intercept, yes, that's correct. Is as soon as I'll get the heading 2 there, it will do basically a nice clean intercept without overshooting it. Start to slow down even more. I think we need some speed brakes. So I'll keep the descent. And let's put 180 on the speed, vertical speed. Because we have nobody, I guess in real life they have quite a longer vector, or they just get an early descent, which is also possible. And I can also switch to Orlando. Yeah, this United is definitely flying to the airport. Alright, let's do a left turn. Let's hope my calculations will be more or less accurate. You see that? The line now became... Look, this is what it does. And nav is armed, so I can press back to nav. And it will do a beautiful intercept. You see that? That is amazing. And that's how you do a vector to an ILS. So you get, let's say, they say, okay, heading this, or direct to that waypoint, or direct to whatever for an ILS approach, you can do this. and it will do a nice and beautiful intercept. And I believe now I can remove, oops, wrong button, decrease this, decrease that, and I can press in, or it's gonna do it on its own, probably yes. Let's do minus 800. Minus 600. S speed, speed is checked, flaps, actually you know what, maintain S speed please. It should do the intercept, right? I hope it will. So I pressed in, it's heading nav, there we go, nav, off we go, I can arm approach, lock star, Cat 3 single. I'm going to select a lower altitude so we don't level off. There's the glide slope. Alive as well. Oh, it's still overshot a little bit, probably because I pressed the approach. I should have waited. Yeah, that's definitely because I pressed approach and it switched to localizer mode instead of following the intercept. So that's my mistake. Alright, 12 miles out. Well, this felt like an Airbus overshooting. Should have waited. Well, you constantly learn. There's lock and glide slope star. And glide slope. Fantastic. Set go around altitude, 3000 feet. Speed is checked, flaps 2. I'm gonna give the call to the cabin already. Yeah, less than 3000, 3.1, 3.0. Well, not too bad.
2,500.
Check, we're a bit fast, so I'll drop the gear early. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Orlando traffic, Spirit Wings 2248 is 8 miles on the ILS 36 right, Orlando.
That is Spirit Wings A320 coming in?
Aye, firm.
Well, just watch your landing here.
Oh, nice. VFU minus 10, flap stream.
You're coming in on 36 right, correct?
Aye, firm, 36 right for Spirit Wings 2248. And flaps full. Go around altitude set. Landing checklist. Go around altitude, 3000 feet set. Cabin crew is advised. ECAM memo, landing no blue. Landing checklist is complete. Everything is set, 1 hour and 5 minutes on the clock. Looking good. And we are applying power, so we are stable. Beautiful. SHTP currently near Echo Delta Sierra Bravo under Luxembourg. I don't know where that is, but have fun, dude. And sorry for missing your message. Cooler, American VATSIM is so funny. Why do you say so? I think it's pretty cool. Let's head flat plane. Autopilot off. Cat 1, bit of a crosswind from the right. We are stabilized. And if you're watching and you haven't liked the video yet, or the live stream in this case, hit the like button. It really helps out to boost the channel, you know, YouTube algorithms and stuff. It's really nice. And it's also a nice way to say thanks. They're just a little more casual, like the guy watching you land. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, on profile, on speed, everything is good. I mean, flight directors is pretty easy as well, but you can still mess up with flight directors.
400.
Lights are looking good. Pappies are slightly off, I guess. Wind has dropped a bit.
Minimum
Continue.
200.
I see you, sir. You're coming in really good.
Thank you.
100.
Yeah, lights are definitely off.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Boom! We had to we had to make a smasher. Ground spoilers, reverse green, decel. I felt the pressure. Alright, I guess we're gonna vacate on the next one. Or maybe on this one. 70 knots. Reverse is out. Manual braking. Yeah, that was a hard one. Alright, 1 hour and 7 minutes. Stop the chrono. Stop this, turn this on. This goes off, on. Okay, we have an airplane there on our left frontier. I'm gonna vacate via here. And let's do this, this. And we need to do this, this, and this. I'll let the frontier guy go ahead of me. Cooler, you never said it was wrong. Yeah, you're right. Alright. Here we go into the gate spot. Clear left, aircraft on the front, clear right. Spirit will be proud of you. I don't know, sometimes I feel I just have to smash an airplane. We landed really nice yesterday though. Like really nice. Into the ramp area, APU avail, we've got 1.5 minutes. It's parked near that United. Oh wait, he's moving, right? I think he's moving. No, he's parking. Let's park next to him. And of course get the brake hot. Well, I braked quite hard at the very end there, so it's actually fairly correct, should I say. Clear right, clear left. It's 4-6. Stand 4-4 then. Taxi light off. Got 3 minutes on the clock already, so that's good. I'm pretty sure I'm on center line right now. But that was an ugly bounce. Alright, parking brakes set, APU avail, engines off. Seatbelt sign off, fuel pumps off. Below 5% N1. Beacon off. Transponder to standby, 2000. Parking checklist. Parking brake shock set, engines off, wing lights off, fuel pumps off. Parking checklist is complete, and we go jet bridge fast. Start deboarding.
Deboarding started.
Very good. Whew. Alright. Okay. Very well. Here we are. Next to this nice 737. Doors are being opened for unloading. Is the jet bridge going to connect or not? Okay, I'm going to do it myself then. Very nice. And unlock the door. Let's see. So landing 1701, chock in. 06, fuel exceeded 74 kilos. Interesting. So this is what it was calculating from the from SimBrave. So perhaps this. Oh, I know what could be the problem. The thing could be this. Maybe because we have an older airplane, it has a higher fuel consumption, and that's why it was and less power as well. That's why we were climbing barely there. Makes total sense, actually. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm gonna, in fact, I want to recall that and print that just out of fun. So we have that saved. Super cool. Alright. Do we watch the replay, guys? I think we could watch the replay. I think we could. So let's watch the replay. It's gonna be a terrible landing, but at least I want to make fun of myself. You learn with your mistakes. So here we go. Let's watch what was the problem. I think I just didn't flare enough. Sometimes I just forget to flare. Yes, see, I'm not flaring. Boom. Yeah, I had to flare a tiny bit more. Well, it's fine. Oh, the brake fan sounds though. Yeah, that was a kaboom. Well, wait. Wait. Okay, well, it was at least on the center line. And then I jumped basically over the aiming points. Landed again. That's fine. That's totally fine. Let's just connect back to VATSIM to have that 737 near us. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Toliss A320 CEO live stream. It was a pretty simple flight from A to B, as I told you. It's a little bit loud here. Let me get inside. I'm going to actually switch off the IRSs. I'm going to leave the cockpit ready for the second one. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this live stream and you have an idea of what the Tolis 320 is. Stystera, every landing you walk and the plane is on one piece is a good landing. Well, that's true, but at least I tried to get them sometimes firm but safe. This was a little bit too much on well, whatever. Synchronous flight notice sound. Don't look at other planes flat. A320 will be angry. Nah, it's fine. He knows that I love them. Let's see this buttery landing golden age. I see the irony. David TSW 5040 reversers out. Yeah, just like in Ryanair. Just like in Ryanair. Synchroslide 97, nice, can't wait to have it. You will definitely like it. Cooler, thanks for the 2 streams. You're welcome. Next week I'm gonna have something interesting as well. In fact, I should be releasing a video and probably doing a live stream. So we'll see how it goes with time and availability. But should be possible. Golden Age, thanks for the showing. Have a good one. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you everybody who's been here on the live. I hope it helped out to see here. And in case you still think that this airplane is well, whatever, you have the right to think so. But remember all those things that I said in the beginning of the stream. I think it is important to understand all the stuff that the sim does and does not, and so on. Alright, guys, have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you all for all your support. You guys are amazing. I love you all. We're gonna see you on the next week, and in the meantime, probably talk on Discord and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you very much, and bye-bye.